Hey y'all, this one right here is for my ladies, right? A lot of times in life, with everything going on around us, relationships, jobs, family, kids, like everything, right? We seem to feel like, we tend to feel like we get the short end of the stick as women, right? When in reality, it's about the choices that you make, right? Walking with Christ, you will learn that you are already whole. You are already good enough. No matter what decisions you made in life, right? Your life doesn't have to stop being what you want it to be, right? You start to settle and you feel like you have to make this decision now because of previous decisions that you made. Then you're never taking accountability for what your life is. It's always putting it in the hands of other people. That's why every time you get hurt by a man, you feel like men are the problem, right? When you get hurt by people, you feel like people are the problem. You having issues at job, your job is the problem, right? When in reality, you are selling yourself short every time you make a decision to take less than what you're worth. You have to first look within and find your own self-worth. Christ created you from the rib of a man, which means you were already whole when you were created. You were created to improve, right? To upgrade, to give life, right? But you cannot do that if you're in a perpetual state of brokenness, right? So you need to figure out what makes you happy, what gives you your joy, right? Because nothing's going to be perfect. But when you're living the life that you want, when you're living in your purpose, being who God created you to be, everything else will fall into alignment. All your heart's desires, that's what God wants to give you. But He can't give you everything your heart desires until you become the person He created you to be, the woman He created you to be, the mother He created you to be, the wife He created you to be, the teacher He created you to be, right? Because you have something to offer. And if you sell yourself short, you will continue to get the short end of the stick your entire life. Stand up for who you are. Stand in what you believe. And find the courage through Christ to live the life that you have always dreamed of. Go back to your childlike faith. Before life started hitting you, before you started making the decisions you had to make. And make the decisions that are best for you, right? Make the decisions that work for you, right? So that you can elevate your life. Some of those people gotta go. Some of them places gotta go, right? Some of them things that you've been taking and doing for years, that job may have to go. And yes, that's scary, but fear is not given to us by God. God gave you power, strength, and a sound mind, right? Fear is not of God. It's the fear to make the changes you need to make for your life that continue to keep you in a broken cycle, that continue to keep you going back to the same things, that continue to keep you attracting the same broken men because of what's in you that's broken, what you haven't healed inside of you. That is why healing is important. And once you heal, you cannot go back to unhealed people and expect them to be where you're at. Because you left them broken. And you know they was broken. But you're not broken anymore. You're trying to elevate your life. So you got to make hard decisions. And you got to be okay with standing in them. It gets easier when you're able to stand on your own. A lot of decisions you make to go back to toxic situations is because you can't stand on your own. And you have this entitled spirit feeling like people owe you help. It's not fair that you're a single mother and he doesn't do his part. It's not fair that your daddy wasn't there. It's not fair that your mom wasn't active in your life and she didn't care about investing into you. It's not fair that you had bad friends, you've been betrayed, you've been hurt, you've been used. It's not fair, but neither is life. And if you stay there wanting to make it fair, trying to change what has happened, you will continue to live in a broken cycle. What you can do now is focus on where you're trying to go. Write the vision and make it plain. Take steps forward every day. Always give yourself credit for what you're doing, right? Because each day you will get better. Each day it will get easier. And you always pat yourself on the back. Congratulate yourself for where you are versus where you came from. Start within. Self-love. It's so much that you've been through. It would have broken other people. It didn't break you. It helped you become you. In that storm, you didn't see the purpose. But when you got out of it, now you can look back on it 5 years later and you can see, God, I thank you that you didn't give me that. God, I thank you that he wasn't the one. God, I thank you for moving me from that job. Even when in the moment it hurt so bad to let it go. But guess what? You know what that taught you? It taught you perseverance. It taught you endurance. It taught you that it will hurt you, but it won't break you. Pain is meant to propel you forward. Everything that you've learned from that hurt and pain should have positioned you to be better today. So was the pain really a bad thing? No, it was a lesson. But you got to see it that way. Stop seeing yourself as the victim. Stop seeing yourself as the one who gets the short end of the stick. And see yourself as who God sees you, right? See yourself the way God sees you. You are a Proverbs 31 woman, right? That's who God created you to be. You need to walk in it. A man is not the answer to your problems. A man is not the answer to your life. You are. God is. He already know the plans he has for you before you attach to that man, right? So you have to be willing to become her so that you can have everything that you desire. And it will come to you. It will come to you. But you got to first believe that you are worthy of it coming to you. You have to believe that God wants to give you better. And you have to treat yourself as if you deserve better, because you do. You have to see yourself the way God sees you, the way other people see you. People don't break or try to break weak people. They only attach and try to bring down and break strong people. So everybody else can see your strength. You just can't. Everybody else can see that no matter what comes your way, you keep going. You just can't. You see it as no matter what I do, I'm always getting knocked down. Everybody else looking at you, they see no matter what happened to her, she always figure it out. How she do that? You have all you need to become who you want to be. You just have to believe that. What gifts do you have that are God-given that you can use to create a second income? Multiple streams of income. This is about you. Before you add a family, right? If you already have kids, it's about you. Before you add a man, right? Because those kids are your responsibility whether you have a man or not. One thing my family would tell me when I first became a mother, they would tell me, no matter what, you are a mother and a daddy, right? Because they're always your child. In a way, that's a toxic statement, right? Because children need both parents. They needed both parents to be born, and they need both parents in this world. But what it taught me was the inner strength to stand no matter who don't. To stand for them kids no matter who don't stand for them. And you know what? God came in and did the rest because he knew that my heart was in the right place. The blessings that God gives you is what you have to steward correctly. People are not given to you, right? These relationships that you form with people, they're not given to you so they may end. But when they end, you don't have to. You allow these people to be a part of your journey. You appreciate everything that they taught you, everything that they helped you build within yourself, and you will let them go so that you can continue to move forward. Don't sell yourself short because people weren't meant to stay with you forever. Because you have kids and you want to teach them to live a healthy life. You want to pour into them. You as a woman want to pour into anybody who comes around you because your fill comes from God. He created you to be a filler, which means he will fill you. You just have to allow him to fill you and recognize that you get your fill from God and you continue to walk in this world, regardless of whether this world is nice to you, right? Because a lot of times you don't feel recognized, you don't feel seen, but you are. You are important. This world could not go on without women, no matter how much they are done wrong and talked down upon and drugged through the mud and cheated on and beat on and neglected and abandoned and taken for granted. None of that changes the fact that the world would not be the way it is now had women not been created. We are necessary. You are necessary. You are important. You have value. Even straight out the womb, you had value. You didn't have to do anything. You don't have to look at what you've accomplished in life to apply value. It don't matter if you don't have a college degree. It don't matter if you don't have a high school diploma. It don't matter if you're not married. It don't matter if you're struggling. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter where you're at. All that matters is that you were born a woman and you were born with value. If you treat yourself that way all the time, you will see yourself become lighter, right? You will feel the weight being lifted off your shoulders because you will be giving the weight to God. He told you to cast your cares upon him because he cares for you. That is what you're doing every time you sit back and bask in who you are, being grateful for just being a woman. There's a lot of negatives that come with being a woman. A lot of attacks on the internet just because you're a woman. But guess what? Nobody comes for something that doesn't have value. The reason why you're attacked is because you have value. You have to see that you have value. No matter what it looks like around you, no matter where you came from, no matter your past decisions, you could have been the worst woman in the world. You can be the best woman in the world. You got value because you're a woman in this world. Stop subconsciously keeping yourself small. Stop subconsciously telling yourself that you don't deserve better and go for it. Take all of that pain, take all of that neglect, take all of that rejection, that hurt, that pain, and propel yourself into the woman that God created you to be. You don't need anybody's permission to be who God created you to be. You just need faith. You just need faith, persistence, and the actual, and to come out your own way, right? Get out of your head overthinking what could go wrong and just do it, right? Just start. You can fail your way to the top. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't think that because something didn't work out, that means that that's the end. Try something different. You started a business, didn't like that one. Start another one. Find you. Spend as much time with yourself. Take yourself to lunch. Take yourself out in the daytime. Spend time with you, understanding who you are. Because with everything going on around you, the first thing that you lose is yourself. You start doing things that you think you have to do, and you forget all about the things that you want to do. All the dreams and goals that you had before life hit you. Your childlike faith, bring it back. Bring it back and start walking in it. And watch God do the rest. He's going to carry you. He's going to carry you because he's going to be with you, because all he's ever wanted you to do was be who he created you to be. Jeremiah 1:5. Before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. He knew you. He know who he created you to be. Now it's your turn to trust him and walk into who you're supposed to be. And everything else will align. All those things that you thought were never coming to you, they will come. But they cannot come until you first know who you are and walk in that. I love y'all. I love y'all. If y'all need anything, please email me. I think I'm going to do some stuff coming up the first of the year, some giveaways. It won't be Christmas giveaways, it'll be the first of the year. Some giveaways to help people. I'm appreciative of you guys, and I'm not gonna be this channel of asking people to send and sow. It's great if you sow into this channel. It is wonderful if you sow into this channel. But this channel was created also to sow into you, right? Because this is my purpose. Me walking in my purpose, this is me sowing into you. And I plan to do that. I want you to know that God is with you and that he will continue to walk you forward. I thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. Y'all continue to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. All women need to hear this message, right? Every woman of every age in any place needs to know just how valuable that she is. You were not created by accident. You were God's wonderful, fearfully made creation. You have a purpose. You serve a purpose. You are on purpose. I love y'all.